Of course, some people think boating's expensive, but let's be honest, boating can be an expensive hobby, but it's only as expensive as you make it. There are plenty of ways to get in cheap. Now, of course, some components to boating or things we may do on the water are a little more expensive than others, which means we may go through a little more effort in trying to protect those kind of items. Now, of course, maintaining a boat can be pricey as well, but if you do the work yourself, sometimes you can save a few bucks. Some other expenses that may add up in boating aren't some of the ones you may instantly think about. So you went out and you bought that brand new boat, but one thing you may not have considered was that you probably needed a new vehicle to tow that boat. And don't listen to everybody online. That's right, don't be one of those guys that goes in the old interweb forum saying, hey, I just bought this 30-foot boat, can my Honda CR-V tow it? Now, as we mentioned earlier, you can get into boating on the cheap, but it's not always the best plan. Sometimes if you go out and buy a cheap boat, you get exactly what you paid for. A cheap boat that's likely going to have some problems, maybe like transmission issues where you can't get the boat out of reverse. One easy way to save a few dineros in boating is by going ahead and being one of those checkbook captains. That's right, get out there on the water, stroke that check for your boat and go. Don't bother wasting your money on any of those boating safety courses, except we're only kidding. That's right, if you're gonna go out there and get into boating, go ahead and take a boating safety class, learn the rules of the road, and all the safety things you need to know about being out there on the water. There are many free options to be able to go take a boating safety class, so if you want to save a few bucks, save it there by going and taking one through your Coast Guard or your Coast Guard Reserve. In fact, it might actually save you a few dollars in knowing what you're doing out on the water versus not. Thanks for watching this episode of Googans of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening out on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Jorge Doll 94, Kurt Mago, Pasacalda, and Nat Magung 0 did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.